Greetings. How we do it here in Detroit is that we learn that the teachers of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad had a whole lot to do with our learning process. For 20 years, we were the black man was in control of the city of Detroit. Our representative was Mayor Coleman Young. Don't forget that Master Farad Muhammad came to Detroit first to raise up the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And uh, around the time when I was a teenager, becoming a teenager, uh, Muhammad Ali was, you know, getting ready to be in his prime, because what his greatest moment was to me was when he refused to go into the army. Now, as a teenager, when you defy the United States, oops, excuse me, when you defy the United States government, you know, that gives you a whole lot of courage. And he won. And a whole lot of white boys admired him for that because they didn't want to go over there and fight. That was around the time when the hippie movement was on the rise. And the white girls were wanting to get with the brothers, see. But the Honorable Elijah Muhammad told us that was a trick of the beast or the devil. So don't do that. So when we had those so-called riots, we were fighting those Jews. So when they said they were, y'all burning down your own place to live. At first we thought that was a bad thing. But then we didn't own those. We didn't own. I mean, we weren't in control of that property. See, that was letting the Caucasians or the artificial man know that we really control it. We'll burn it down and we'll defy authority, so-called authority. I mean, during that period of time, brothers were rolling safes down the street. Some brothers was wine heads and stuff. Them the ones they show on the news. They show wine heads breaking in the store, stealing wine. But it was another element of brothers that were going to the pawn shops, stealing diamonds and gold, and rolling the safe down the street. They didn't show that. Another element of brothers was breaking in the in the supermarkets, getting out not only the safe but any kind of food that was in the freezer. And later on, they was selling steaks on the streets. Uh, but you had that element of blacks who were called Uncle Toms, who, when they see a brother with a safe, they'll go and call them the, not the police, but the National Guard or the Army on them. Because that's how far it was. That was a war. That wasn't no riot. That was not only a rebellion, that was a war. You know. But we didn't have nothing but 22s. You know, we ain't had no heavy artillery. You know, had the brothers had the kind of weaponry that these gangs got now, like the Crips and automatics and assault rifles and stuff. They wouldn't have stood a chance with us. They would they wouldn't have stood a chance. You know. So when they brought them tanks out, see, brothers now got rocket launchers, but they don't have the same kind of mindset that we had back then. They rather blow up each other, than to deal with those police. Again, I'm not instigating that type of violence because y'all don't have that mindset for nothing like that. I don't care how bad y'all think y'all are. Y'all not. Y'all in an illusional world. That's why y'all keep going to jail. See? And so where we at now is you see brothers being detained by the police, not just driving their car, driving while black, but walking. You could be walking. You could be sitting on your front porch. Now, when I saw guys sitting on their front porch or just sitting in their car, or when I seen how they did Trayvon Martin, and they let that guy walk, Zimmerman, they let him walk, and it wasn't nothing behind that. That's when I know y'all young, these cats of this generation, they ain't at it no more, man. They rather be like the Three Stooges, poking each other's eyes out and beating on each other than to deal with the beast. First of all, you can't be afraid. But I'm not so much on using guns and stuff like that as, weapons of choice. My thing now is the mind. You gotta get your mind straight though first. The mind is the most powerful thing that there is. And the way the Honorable Elijah Muhammad break down the creation, the way he break down theology of time, how we had 12 scientists, the way he says how Master Farad communicates with him, how he say how what we got now, the type of explosives and weaponry that we got now. Then he goes to the separation of the moon. And then he goes to the mother plane and tells you the type of bomb that the mother plane got. And he tells you how the pyramids were built. I say, man, the black man is God. And so the Caucasian wanted, this knowledge, some of it you see on the writing on the wall, on the pyramids. And then you got brothers talking about somebody came from outer space, teach us. But he's not telling you about the creator of it all. Before the sun, the moon and the stars. He's not telling you about that mind. So when you go back to the creator, you're talking about a powerful mind. But we done forgot and lost consciousness of this. So first of all, you got to realize that here in Detroit, Master Farad brought this kind of information to the black man in Detroit, but we rejected him. That's why we suffering now. But the time is right for us to regain that kind of confidence and that kind of mindset. So this is 2020 visions. Inner visions is a powerful weapon. Imagination is a powerful weapon. The mind itself is what we got going on. We can control nature with our minds if we only knew. So stay tuned. I'm going to take you into the 2020, the year 2020, with some deep insight. Black light.